Pat?
I was looking at the Delta Conservancy handout at their board. There's a member of the Board of Supervisors of each of the 5 counties on the Delta Conservancy, same as on the Delta Protection Commission.
But they're not the same as on the Delta Protection Commission.
No, they're different people.
So are there fights on all 5 boards of supervisors? Is that what
I don't know.
All right. My suggestion is we start, 9 o'clock tomorrow? Gloria.
Just want to offer some observation of just to plan the presentation.
Yeah.
Just some observation and comments and questions probably to staff. But what I've heard in terms of the ESP plan, certainly you provided a lot of history and data and so forth, and even with the Central Valley flood control plan, and it seems like the ESP focuses a lot on levee improvement as it relates to the impact on the economies in the Delta. And maybe I missed this, but I don't think I saw a prioritization of levees. Certainly you talked about the importance as it relates to different levees in terms of different sectors, economies in the Delta, but did I miss a prioritization of levees? Because I know the council certainly has to look at investment strategies as it relates to the levees, but
Mr. Machado believes
part of it?
Their first 2 recommendations are a prioritization. Maybe
the
all 4.
Prioritization of the levees
First
itself?
4.
Yes. We've come the conclusion reached by the ESP is that the standard for the Delta, the minimum should be PL 8499, not to interfere with what's being proposed for the urban levees or the coming out of the Central Valley Flood Protection Plan. So, and additionally, it's also implied. We also stated that lowland levees have a strategic importance and that they should probably be at a higher standard.
Higher standard. And your recommendations, I know there's some conflict, there's some concerns about some of the recommendations, but do they all address our co-equal goals, our co-equal goals, your recommendations?
Our opinion is that they do.
And
we have some ripples between us and staff, so we're going to be working on it.
In fairness, I read the first nascent draft. I read the September, October, November. What was the second
October
one? Big
draft.
one. And I read the final stuff. They've come a long way. Whether it is all the way sufficient to satisfy our statute is some of what we're talking about. But Dan's staff reaction, I thought, was a reasonably positive reaction overall, even though we have differences.
But I think what that also shows, we've had conversations since late summer with council staff where we've given drafts to them and said, What do you like, what do you don't like? And we've been here in front of the council and we've heard, too, what was been said. And so we've tried to incorporate that. At the same time, we have the same scrutiny by the commission as to what they would like to see.
Right.
So I think I think we have a good collaboration between the council and the process that we've gone through here to get to this point.
I think it's really a good piece of research and very informative in so many ways. So thank you for taking it on and your staff.
Mr. Machado, what happened to my suggestion that the staff of the Delta Protection Commission be sworn as law enforcement officers and eligible for public safety retirement and be compelled to wear uniforms all the time?
Some of the commission members wanted the same
Well, I'm just saying my comments by thanking all of you, and it's glad to hear that you're working well with our staff to work out those things.
I'm sorry, Joe. Here's what I'm going to suggest. We'll start at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It was the announced time for our meeting anyway. I can't imagine we won't wrap it up by noon, but we've got all day into it. Ladies, is there any reason just mechanically or procedurally we can't start at 9 tomorrow? Okay. Other than the fact it's work. Okay. All right. Don, I'm sorry.
Just Mike, I don't know if you were going to, when Campbell spoke, he registered some concerns, and I don't know if there's anything you want to address to that. I think that's, again, some staff work that needs to probably succeed, the comments here this evening. But is there anything you wanted to?
Well, I think the Commission has attempted to keep the Conservancy informed of the progress of the ESP. And the ESP is almost going on 2 years process, with the Phase 2 starting about this time last year to get to this point. The Conservancy was in its infancy in the initial part of this. I don't think this should be looked at as being a slight. We had a charge that was part of the legislation to develop this plan, and we've taken on to that. I think there is plenty of opportunity for coordination and collaboration with this as they develop their strategic plan and we go forward. And as it was mentioned earlier, the counties indeed are a part of the Conservancy and have representation on the Commission. So there's plenty of time, plenty of opportunity for dialogue and collaboration.
Although Pat's image of 10 county supervisors in a room punching each other to determine which agency with 5 county supervisors each is predominant, it has its attraction.
They had a display in Stockton Arena like that. They put them in a cage.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Meeting is adjourned.
Mike, good job, Bill.